Good morning. It's a new week, and it's a new Conversations with Dr. Johnson's this week.
Good morning.
Welcome, Dr. Johnson.
Thank you.
You don't sound very robust. Are you having liberal issues in the desert? Were there some liberal riots in the desert that constrained your joy?
Not at all.
Oh, not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, I thought that this liberal was still celebrating out in the desert.
No, I'm feeling well, but thank you for being worried about me.
But you know, today we're talking about toxicity, and the first
Yes.
thing that came to my mind was the toxicity of liberals.
I'm afraid we don't have a supplement for that. I wish we did.
Damn! Yes, we could discover something huge and amazing to cure those 80 million people. But that would be targeting a lot of illegal ballots.
What can I tell you?
Exactly. All right. So we're continuing on vulnerabilities. And what are vulnerabilities? These are things that sub-optimize our immune system, right? That's why we say if you're vulnerable and you catch COVID, the outcomes are kind of challenging. So we continue on vulnerability, and the key one we want to talk today is toxicity.
Okay.
I know you love this issue of toxicity.
I love getting rid of the issue of toxicity.
All right, so talk
Yeah.
to us about toxicity.
Okay.
Introduce the topic.
Okay, so toxins are things that are not good for us, are not healthy for us, and are potentially harmful for us. We have a number of sources of toxins. Now there's general toxicity, which would be things like too much Tylenol, too much alcohol, too many pesticides on our food,
Yeah.
exposure to bug spray when we go shopping at our favorite grocery store because they just sprayed for insects 5 minutes ago, and of course we don't know that.
And what about all these sprays for cleaning, all these
Sure.
things about COVID-19?
Sure.
All that alcohol or whatever it is in the air.
Sure, all of those fall into that category.
They're toxic.
Yes. Now, our own body creates toxins to a certain degree as part of the normal metabolic process. So those also need to be toxified. So these are all general toxins that we've been talking about
And
so far.
everybody has them.
Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody.
You can be alive in today's world and escape from toxins.
not-
Because also your body is creating some
Yeah,
toxins.
it's not possible.
Okay.
Even if you went to a deserted island and lived in a bubble, there would still be some toxins.
So why is it that in modern day world of health, nobody talks about detox or detoxifying?
Well, in general, I suspect that the reason is that drug companies have not come up with a specific detox drug.
Yes.
And so, since doctors are getting most of their education from the drug companies, that it's just
Dr.
not talked
Johnson,
about.
that sounds really deep. So are you saying that doctors are being educated by pharma?
Well, Big Pharma controls medical school curriculums,
Really?
and they control 95+% of doctors' CME, continuing medical education. So
But I thought we called them experts.
well,
These are biased experts.
they're experts in their own limited field. There's so much specialization now that you can think of doctors as learning more and more about less and less until eventually they know everything about nothing.
I thought that was what the definition of liberal was. But we move further because based on the conversations last week, we decided we were going to start a carrot juice fast.
Yes,
And
which is a wonderful way to detoxify.
really, and I'm on day one.
Yes.
I've not eaten anything. I've had about 2 cups already. So this is your cup, right? This is the whole juice gallon led by my very arrogant daughter, who was also scraping the back of the carrots. And we said,
We call that peeling.
Peeling.
is that a Western
Dr.
thing?
Johnson.
Well, in my culture, we don't even peel. We just eat it.
Yeah.
So these are the carrots from the amazing carrot juice. Cheers, my brother.
Cheers, cheers.
Yummy.
I can feel myself being detoxified already.
I can see it unfolding before my eyes.
Yeah, see, I'm turning orange.
More beautiful.
So understand, this is freshly made,
Carrot.
just a short time ago, from organic carrots.
Yes.
That's the way to do it.
Why does it have to be organic carrots?
Well, because non-organic carrots are raised with pesticides. We're trying to detoxify, not put more pesticides into our body.
Okay, so
Yeah.
very, very important. And these are root tubers, and it tastes really good. So
It does.
you did say you needed some more ginger in it. Why? You needed that more.
I just love the taste of ginger, that's all.
So you put ginger in everything? Even sex? Or you just.
Spray a little behind her ears.
Have you ever looked at a ginger root? Some of them look anatomically correct.
Dr. Johnson, that's why I love working
Yeah.
with you.
I do not put ginger in my omelets, okay?
All right, okay, all right.
But I do love ginger, and
right.
it's very healthy for us.
Okay, so with this detox, so now that we're drinking the carrot juice, tell us, how does this work? What is it doing? And
The carrot juice now.
yes, well, and then we'll go into the whole real comprehensive detox process.
Okay, so every time you eat, your body has to use up available energy to detoxify. No matter how healthy the food is, there are a certain amount of toxins that our cells produce as part of normal metabolism. Okay, and then
That's coming with the food.
well,
Or is it in the breaking down of the food?
we're talking about two separate things here.
Yes.
For non-organic food, we're always getting toxins that come with the food.
Yeah.
Even organic food, our cells create certain toxins as a result of the digestion process.
Okay, the metabolism. Okay.
And so carrot juice requires very little digestion. We're still getting nourishment, we're getting vitamins, minerals, antioxidants into our system. And so if our body is not using up a lot of energy in the digestion process, we have more energy left over for detoxification.
Yes, everything in the body requires energy.
Everything,
right?
everything, yes.
So now that during this cleanse, or during this fast, I'm not eating any food. So
Correct.
the energy is coming from the nutrients that are in the carrot juice itself.
Well, yes, and some of the energy is coming from your body burning fat because
Okay.
you're not consuming as many calories
So
as you
and
normally
you're
would.
promising that I will lose some of this stomach that people have been complaining
Well,
about?
well, that may take longer than 3 days. That may take a month.
But I've been doing chromium and everything else.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at this larger context of detoxification. So last week, we started exploring the issue of daily and kind of a regular detox process. So,
Yes.
so what do you advise? And then we're going to go into the deep biochemistry of detoxification.
Well, if people are willing to do intermittent fasting, which is basically from the time you finish eating dinner, you're going to fast all night while you're sleeping, and then you continue that fast for the first several hours of the morning, so your first meal of the day is around lunchtime.
Yes.
So we call that intermittent fasting. We're not
Yes.
doing a 3-day fast or
Yes.
7-day fast, we're just doing it off and on each day.
Yeah.
And that also is of significant benefit to help us detoxify. A lot of detoxification occurs.
That would be the detoxification of the cellular material.
Yes, yes.
Where the cell begins
Yes.
to eat itself.
Yes.
And which, if you went on a much longer fast,
Yes.
that would also be more effective.
Yes.
And because you're not introducing any more new toxins, you're
Yes.
just clearing all the
Exactly.
accumulated
Yeah.
toxins in the body.
Yeah, and I believe I said last week that I've seen patients, say, with rheumatoid arthritis who went on a 3-day carrot juice fast and had virtually 100% remission of their rheumatoid arthritis.
That's wonderful, because I know that I was telling you earlier that I did the chelation on Friday.
Yes.
Chelation.
Yes.
Chelation, not chelation. I know we struggle with this English.
We'll
issue.
we'll get you tuned up here eventually.
You mean with the American accent?
With your pronunciation, yes.
Yeah. So I did the chelation
Yes.
on Friday, and on Saturday I went to play tennis, and my performance had improved, and I was like, "What happened?" It like I was a new man Now I want to do all the 20 chelation IV therapies.
Yes. So there's general detox, which is what we've been talking about so far, and then there's this whole class of toxins called heavy metals that we really have no way to detoxify or eliminate. And so chelation therapy is far and away the most efficient way to get rid of heavy metals, which we all have to some degree.
Yes.
In a modern industrialized society, it's inevitable. Heavy metals are everywhere.
Okay.
Air we breathe, food we eat, water we drink, antiperspirants, beverage containers, cookware, clothing, toothpaste, cosmetics, dental fillings, vaccinations, toys and jewelry from China.
It's almost like life.
Candy from Mexico, cars.
What about candy from Cameroon?
Cameroon?
It's all organic.
I haven't had that tested.
And the one from where our comes from,
Serbia.
Serbia.
We have very healthy candy.
Really?
No,
No.
healthy candy. That's kind of an oxymoron.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
candy that creates beautiful women.
Oh.
Candy from Serbia. I mean, we should try those. Because I just got sugar from Japan, allulose. So lots of interesting things this week. So, but why? Okay, you gave us 2 or 3 classes of toxins, right? Heavy metals.
And general toxins.
And general toxins.
So 2 classes.
Yes, okay. So why are toxins bad?
Because they gum up the works metabolically speaking, they slow down energy production, they require energy for the detoxification process. Heavy metals, on the other hand, speed up the aging process, they speed up the hardening and clogging of the artery process.
And
They play a
cancer.
They play a huge role in heart attacks and strokes. Now, once heavy metals are in your tissues, they will stay there indefinitely. They've actually done studies where they've taken tissue samples from mummies
Yes.
and compared them to tissues.
Yeah, Americans don't know what mummies are. Please educate them.
Hilarious.
Well, I suspect they do, but for those who don't, mummies are the preserved bodies like we see from Egypt, the Egyptian mummies like King Tut.
Yeah, King Tut. Yeah,
Okay.
it was in the museum.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you know, many people here don't go to the museum, so they don't know.
Well,
things
that's
like
a shame.
It is a shame. Yeah. So you
museums
go
are-
and see King Tut,
Yeah.
right? His mummified body.
So they've taken tissue samples
Yes.
from mummies and compared them to tissue samples taken at autopsy from modern man.
Yes.
And the one statistic that just was like a flashing neon light stuck in my brain was that on average, modern man has mercury levels in their coronary arteries, that's where heart attacks come from, that are 25,000 times higher than ancient man from mummies. Now that's a
No
shocking
wonder those
statistic.
ancient people looked more handsome. When you check out all the movies, even the paintings.
Yeah. So heavy metals speed up the aging process, speed up the hardening and clogging of the artery process. They suppress our immune system.
Yes.
And according to a double-blind study from Switzerland, the conclusion was that on average, heavy metals increase our cancer risk by 900%. That's a shocking statistic.
I know. It's amazing. It's like I should just die. What's the point? There's so much toxins.
The point
around.
is you can get chelation and get rid of those heavy metals.
Which is why I have Dr. Johnson, right?
That's
All
right.
right. So now let's look at this detox process. So, first of all, we were just talking chelation. So talk to us. How does the chelation process work?
How does it work?
Yes.
Okay. So the main job of your kidneys is to filter things out of your bloodstream that don't
Yes.
belong there, whether
Yeah.
it's a waste product of your metabolism or something like a heavy metal.
Yes.
A bare, naked heavy metal molecule is essentially invisible to the kidneys. So the heavy metals pass through the kidneys don't see it, and so nothing happens. Chelation is done with this very special amino acid called EDTA, and chelation, chel means claw. So if this is the heavy metal and this is the chelation latches onto the heavy metal, okay? And this heavy metal chelation complex now becomes visible to the kidneys. And the kidneys say, that doesn't belong here, we're going to get rid of that. So the heavy metals then come out in the urine.
So, but it's very important that you have good kidney function, right, to do a chelation, because you
Well-
don't want to overwhelm the kidney also.
Yeah.
Or are you saying it's beneficial?
Yes and no. Yes and
Yes.
no. So here's the thing. If somebody has poor kidney function, you can certainly overdose them on chelation, and that would be bad for the kidneys.
Yes.
If someone has perfect kidney function and you gave them massive doses of chelation, that would be hard on the kidneys.
Yes.
So, every single chelation patient gets their proper, safe, effective dose of chelation calculated.
Yes.
There's a complicated formula called the Cockcroft-Gault equation that takes into account your age, your height, your weight, your gender, and a blood test called creatinine, which is your kidney function.
Yes, measure.
And so we're going to use that formula to calculate your proper dose of chelation. You're only going to get chelation a maximum of once every other day,
Yes.
so that your kidneys get a day of rest.
Yes.
And then every 5 treatments, we're going to recheck your creatinine and make sure that your kidneys are happy with what we're
So
doing.
after my chelation, when I peed, my pee was very, very smelly.
Well, congratulations.
So that was the heavy metals being released.
Heavy metals are not usually considered to have a smell. That was the vitamins that are added to the chelation bag.
All right, so that are all coming out. So that is heavy metal.
Yes.
So the only way of removing heavy metal toxins out of the body, or the best way, is chelation.
The best way is chelation.
Yes.
If you eat a lot of cilantro, for example,
Yes.
cilantro will help your body get rid of very tiny amounts of heavy metals.
Because I eat cilantro with my fur.
With your fur?
Yes, you put the fur, yeah, the Vietnamese fur, you put it in the soup. and
Oh, the
it-
faux.
The faux soup,
Okay.
yes.
I thought you were talking about fur, like on a polar bear has
no,
fur.
no, faux.
And
yeah.
I was trying to figure out why on earth you'd want cilantro on your fur.
No, on my Vietnamese soup fur.
Okay.
So now let's talk about the other toxins.
Okay, all right. So for general detox, there's phase 1, 2, and phase 3 detox that occur in
Yes.
the liver. Phase 2 is the biggest problem. That's the one that is generally very, very sluggish.
Yes, and we have diagrams here and
Yes.
notes that we are going to include online. So they call phase 2 the conjugation pathways, where it creates this deep, complicated biochemistry.
Yes. So for example, if you go out and you drink too much alcohol, the next morning you're likely to have a hangover, because part of the detoxification process is that your liver converted that alcohol into a much more toxic substance called acetaldehyde.
Yes.
And it's the acetaldehyde that's giving you the hangover.
Yes.
So if you, and this Protect is a wonderfully incredible product that dramatically speeds up phase 2 detoxification.
And converts that for extraction.
So normally initial detox, 2 of these pills twice a day for a month, then 2 pills once a day thereafter to help you continue to maintain detoxification.
Yes.
So if you drink too much and you take 4 of these at night before you go to bed, you won't have a hangover the next morning
Wonderful.
because of the detoxification.
Yes, it fastens.
Now this is a wonderful product called Core Restore, which helps with all 3 phases of detoxification. The ideal thing is to take both of these together.
Yeah, and there's actually a handbook, and the Core Restore product from Orthomolecular comes in a 7-day, and I think a 10-day and a 14-day detox, right? And how often should one go through a periodic detox like this?
Well, for most patients, 1 month of 2 pills twice a day,
Yes.
along with this,
Yes.
for a couple of weeks,
Yes.
and then 2 pills once a day long term.
Yes.
That will mostly keep you detoxed. If you want to repeat this periodically, that's not a bad idea.
Like twice or 3 times a year.
Yeah, or even 4 times a year would be
All
would
right.
be okay.
And
Once every 3 months.
Yes, and so you think that, because we here talk about prevention, you
Yes.
think that detoxing is a key component of prevention.
Oh, absolutely. In holistic medicine, we're always looking beyond the symptoms, trying to find the true underlying cause.
Okay.
And there are lots of true underlying causes, but on the top 4, which are things we see in almost every patient that comes through, toxicity is one of those big 4 true underlying causes.
And what were the other 3?
Okay, so the first one is stress,
Yes.
present or past. The second one is nutritional deficiencies. The old saying is, you are what you eat. That's not true. The true statement is, you are what you eat, provided that you are digesting and absorbing your food.
Yeah.
So even a perfect diet can leave you with lots of nutritional deficiencies.
Which is why we tend to push a lot of enzymes
Yes.
and
Yes, exactly.
probiotics
Yes.
to enhance the
And to-
breakdown and the absorption process,
and to address candida overgrowth, leaky gut syndrome, if those things are an
including
issue.
fiber.
Yeah, yeah.
And then what was the third one?
Okay, the third one is hormonal deficiencies.
Wow.
Especially things like thyroid, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, DHEA.
Yes.
Now, everybody's afraid of estrogen. They think estrogen causes cancer. And it's true that synthetic estrogen does promote cancer. And even bioidentical estrogen, if not properly prescribed, can increase the risk a little bit. The way we prescribe bioidentical estrogen here, you're actually going to reduce your risk of cancer.
Wonderful. So we're going to be joined now by our brand ambassador, Una, before we take questions. Una, come on and bring your cup of carrot juice.
Alrighty.
Yes, and Una, just Una, so were you forced to join this detox?
Yes.
Or is this a really vain issue for you that it's about optimizing your beauty?
It is 100% about optimizing my beauty.
Oh wow!
How about optimizing your health that supports your beauty?
I like how you put that.
Okay.
I like that. But you know, obviously beauty, and then from the amazing benefits you guys explained to me, just when you feel good, I think you look good. When you have energy, when you're just flowing.
Dr.
when you
Johnson,
feel
I have a
amazing,
feeling here that after I detox, we will be in competition with Una.
highly possible.
Highly doubt it.
Now let's be realistic, Charles.
Well, realism doesn't exist in the world of beauty.
Yeah. It's just, you know.
Dr. Johnson, it's all perception. We'll be in competition, so
We-
that's why
highly
I'm
likely.
on top of this carrot juice thing.
Highly
So
likely.
you're starting it today.
Yes.
How are you? Did you drink your coffee?
I did have to have coffee. That
And-
I'm an addict.
So about 20 members of my staff are joining this. So talk to
Wow.
us. Why are you getting on board with this detox?
And also about like 5 of our girlfriends are joining it too.
Oh,
Because
really?
we had explained everyone, we have a group chat with our girls
Yes.
and we're all starting it. And I mean, I think when people hear the benefits, women especially, when something makes sense to us in our brain, like, ooh, this is gonna clear my skin, or this is gonna make me feel
I
amazing.
know that's why
or-
Dr. Johnson was saying health, and you say, well, beauty before health,
Yeah.
and then health before beauty. It's kind of a confusing
beauty
thing.
and then health.
Health, exactly. Rather than health and then beauty. Well,
You know,
because beauty
Either
is
way.
health,
beauty. I like that.
Beauty
I'm gonna
is
use
health.
that.
right?
Did you get
because
that?
Yeah.
Tweet
I
that.
haven't
Beauty
seen.
is health.
I have not seen an ugly woman who was healthy.
Ugly woman. Wow.
Even Mike is like, I know a few, right? So if you're ugly, there must be some toxins inside of you to clear
That
out.
is very mean, but
No, it's not mean. It's just factual. It's
Beauty
mean.
is in the eye of the beholder.
So if someone's ugly, that means they're not healthy.
They might actually have a lot of toxins, heavy metals.
They need to detox.
They need to detox, and then all of a sudden they'll be
They
emerged.
start glowing.
They will
Glowing.
start glowing,
I
and the people will
love
be
it.
like, "What did you do, Mike? You look different."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So, Dr. Johnson, tell us what we should be prepared for on this juicing. So, when I go to pee, am I going to be peeing orange pee? And then, how beautiful would my poo be? Would it be an orange poo into the bowl?
We just never know what's going to come out of
never
this
know.
mouth, do we?
I want to
Just
prepare
observe.
my patients.
Yeah.
I want to make sure, right, they don't go to the bathroom and
And
call,
they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what's going on
Yeah.
here?"
It's,
Yeah.
it's possible there'll be a little orange tinge to your urine.
Tinge.
Probably not, but it's possible.
Yeah.
And the stool will probably be a lighter color than it normally is.
I like his cautious way of explaining lighter color. Yeah, we're talking about orangey now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're transitioning from brown to orange.
Yeah. So it's what about? I'm not gonna have like a diarrhea or anything like that, or constipation.
Well, if you have a tendency towards constipation, odds are high that your bowel movements will be softer
Looser.
and easier.
Yeah. So should we take our if we're normally taking supplements,
Yes.
should we take them during this juicing period?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, especially the vitamin Ds, right? Because
Yeah.
of COVID-19
Yes,
and everything
yes.
else. Yes, go ahead.
Even if the supplements say, I know some like must eat with food, still take
Well,
This
this
is
is
the food.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
I know. What did you think it was?
I mean, I didn't really think it through.
I see that you
Yeah.
have a really beautiful relationship with food.
Oh,
You're one of those people who
I'm
really
very
love
loyal.
it.
We're
Oh, loyal
loyal.
to food,
We're
or food is loyal to you?
both.
You have this
Yeah, we
real
have-
love
I love you too.
relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's really good to know. I do have another question. Can people juice? Is it only carrot juice, or is there other juicing options during a?
Well,
detox?
you can juice any fruit or vegetable, but in terms of a 3-day detoxification fast, carrot juice seems to be the most effective. Now, if people have significant gut problems, a celery juice fast is especially good for them.
Okay. Celery juice.
Yeah,
And some ginger spiced in.
sure.
Yes.
Always some ginger, always,
so
except
it's-
in the omelet.
And in the bedroom.
Doesn't sound good.
All right. So, any other questions?
Yes, we have a couple questions.
Yes.
There's two for the subject now, but let's go back to quickly chelation.
Yes, chelation.
Chelation. And you define chelation as the armor that wraps around toxins and kind of pulls them out, correct? So when your comment was that when after your chelation treatment that you felt you were more powerful.
My
and
stamina.
Yeah. So does that define heavy toxins as actually being heavy?
Does that define what is being heavy?
Heavy toxins, like it is.
Heavy metals, I think.
Excuse me, heavy metals. Do are heavy metals actually heavy if once having chelation you feel lighter and more stamina? Do
Well,
the toxins kind of weigh us
Look,
down?
everybody is different when they get chelation. I have certainly had a number of people, myself included, who felt significantly better after the very first chelation treatment. Now, people who are having chelation for clogged arteries in their heart, clogged carotids, erectile dysfunction, those people more typically start to report benefit around treatment number 15 or 20.
Okay.
For people who are in bad shape and need lots of chelation, I've seen them go up to about treatment number 30 before they started to report significant benefit.
So I was thinking that what happened is that I have some blockage, so that blockage was being cleared, and therefore with the increased blood flow or vasodilation, then my performance at tennis was much more sustained.
Yeah, we think that in general, clearing the blockages does not occur that fast.
Yes.
So it's probably having some effect on nitric oxide production.
All right.
Heavy metals, I don't think we've proven this, but it seems logical that heavy metals block nitric oxide production. And when you have...
And also, before you jump, Doc, just tell us, why is nitric oxide production critical in our body system, in circulation?
It's so important that the guy who discovered it in the 90s got a Nobel Prize
yes,
for the
for
discovery.
nitric oxide.
Okay?
And can you bring our nitric oxide product, the new
Nitric
product?
oxide has a lot of functions, but the number one function that's relevant here is if we're looking down one of your arteries, this is your artery without nitric oxide, this is your artery with nitric oxide.
Wow.
So this one obviously provides much better blood flow.
Yes, much better performance.
Yeah.
And we have the Neo 40, which I take every day. Very important. It's $100, and it's for daily heart and circulation formula. So
Yes.
it's a
So
very important product.
This is nature's Viagra.
Wow.
And,
All those men.
and
Don't overdose now.
And chelation therapy, a lot of men report, wow, this works better than Viagra.
But now you're being favorite to men. What about women? There's no value for women for this?
Of course there is.
All right. I know you didn't want to go there. But women and men, important products. Yes, yes, Karen?
We have another question. Oh, were you done?
Yes.
Okay. We have another question going back to your fast. There are phases to fasting. So would you say intermittent fasting was the first phase, and then carrot fasting, and then core restore, or how would you put the levels of, how would you phase fasting?
Okay. Well, look, you can fast for a long time. I mean, you can fast for weeks. For most people, that's too much of a good thing. Usually a 3-day fast is just about right for most people. Some people can extend it to 1 week if they want to. You can start your Broncho Protect and your Core Restore. You can start that on day 1 of your 3-day carrot juice fast, or you can start it at the end. If you want to see what effect does just the carrot juice fast have, you can do that first and then start these other products immediately at the end of your 3-day carrot juice fast.
But I think the core issue here, and I want to find out from you, Una, is how do you combine intermittent fasting, juice fasting, 3-day fasting, the full 14-day detox? How would you, I mean, practically a professional woman like you, how would you, with a busy life, how would you bring all of those things together?
I figured just like easing into it. Even prior to today, like yesterday I ate one meal. Like, so I just am trying to kind of ease into it. And I think with intermittent
so
fasting,
that you don't like sleep at night dreaming about plates of food flying around you.
Because I will, as you know. And then I mean, if it's a longer period, like 3-4 days or a week, I feel like you still have to, like, for me, I couldn't do just a water to start with.
Yeah.
Maybe once I do the carrot one, then next time around I can be like, okay, I know what to expect. Now I can go to just water. Or, but I would think you have to ease into things versus just, I'm gonna do a 2-week fast with no, with nothing but water. I think for someone like me and me never have done it before.
Yeah.
I don't think I could make the whole
If you're gung-ho and you want to just dive into it, you can. But for most people, what you're saying makes a lot more sense.
Because but don't forget, we're talking about 2 different things here, right? One is the general toxin expulsion, and the second one is the heavy metal.
Yes.
The general things we're talking about does not remove heavy metals.
Right.
Correct, Dr. Johnson?
Correct.
So you have to do the chelation for the heavy metal extraction and the other set of things for the general toxins, correct? So you have to do the chelation at some point.
We have to do them all, so the Broncho Protect, the chelation.
Yes, so Dr. Johnson, can you go over it again so that we're very clear? There's a general toxin protocol, and there is a heavy metal protocol. Please, Dr. Johnson.
Well, you just explained it very succinctly. Yes, the toxins that we get in pesticides and household cleaners and the toxins that our own cells produce as part of our metabolism, these are what I call general toxins, okay? And those require the approach with the Broncho Protect, the Core Restore, the carrot juice fast. Heavy metals are a separate class of toxins that we have minimal ability to detoxify and eliminate. So since we're exposed to them every day of our lives, they just accumulate in our bodies. So the older we are, the more likely we are.
When you said the older we are, you looked at me. Perhaps that was just because we're brothers.
It's because I looked at you because I was talking to you and answering your question.
Yes, all right, thank you. And you didn't look at Una because Una, age and old doesn't apply to you. You're ageless.
That's a compliment. Yeah,
yes.
I am.
All right.
I'm 18 forever.
Now, there are certain professions, welding is probably the best example. They weld, those heavy metals are volatilized, they're into the air, so somebody who's a welder is going to develop much more severe heavy metal toxicity at a younger age, to a certain extent, but it's mostly inhaled.
Inhaled. Okay. So, any final comments from our party here? Una, so we are going to be here tomorrow and Thursday.
Yes.
Are you going to be joining us?
Yes.
Because I want to see whether you survived day 1.
Me too.
And I want to hear about your dreams of plates flying saucer food.
But I had to mentally have a conversation with myself And I think, you know, I'm gonna go through with it. It's my first time. I might as well, you know, do it all the way.
Wonderful. And
Sure.
Dr. Johnson will be here.
Yes.
And so we will have these conversations. And
They're
thank
giving
you.
you any support you need.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
exactly.
I appreciate
So
it.
it's going to be a good run. And we want to show our appreciation to the team that's preparing the carrot juice,
Yes.
being led by my arrogant and stubborn
Beautiful
daughter,
and
Karen.
beautiful daughter.
Yeah, we miss the beautiful Pat. We're hoping that after the carrot juice, her beauty will be more enhanced.
It should be.
Thank you for joining us, loving us, liking us, sharing us, and we hope we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you guys
All
for
right.
joining Dr. Johnson.
My pleasure.
And
Thank you.
Una. Thank you very much.